Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV playing on the Xbox One console. This is Stranded in the Pacific Northwest, episode number 27. This is going to be the series finale of the Pacific Northwest series, folks. Today is Harvest Day, and guess what? We are harvesting all 35 fields at the same time. We've got all of our harvesters ready to go. We've got Team Soybean here, ready to rock and roll with the soybean harvest for this series finale. We're going to be starting these guys off momentarily, but first let's have a look at the map. You can see that every field on here that we own is now ready to harvest. We've got all of the wheat up here in fields 1, 4, 5, and 6. We've got, there's the wheat. We've got all of the barley in 7, 10, 11, and 12. All of the oats in 2, 8, 9, and 12. All of the canola in 20, 21, 22, and 23. The corn, or sunflowers, sorry, in 24, 18, 19, and 7, or 3, whatever field that is, and then canola, or sorry, corn, sunflowers. I'm confused. We're harvesting either way, folks. Let's kick these soybean harvesters off. Let's start these guys on their mad quest. We've got $185,000. It's going to cost probably about $50,000 to harvest all of this stuff with the workers that are going to be employed today. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. We do have quite some time, but I'm estimating that it's going to be dark by the time we get to the end of the video. Soybean harvester number 2 off and on his way. Look at Team Cotton here, ready to go. We've got this massive cotton field. I'm estimating at least 48 bales of cotton for this harvest. Let's kick off cotton harvester number 2. All right, he is off and on his way. That's going to take a long time. That field is just enormous. All right, let's head on up to the upper northwest now, where the Class Platinum Edition Harvester is waiting for us. There he is right there beside us. Let's just jump out of the TerraTrack tractor and into the harvester, and we'll start driving over to the very first wheat field, and we'll kick off the harvest of the upper northwest. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are running 5 harvesters at the same time. 2 soybean, 2 cotton, and 1 miscellaneous, I guess, because we're going to do 6 different crops with this one harvester. We're going to try and do it all without bringing the header trailer with us too, so that we don't have to lug this thing everywhere. All right, so while we're on our way over to field number 1, do me a quick favor. Look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Sorry, while we repair the harvester first, because we're going to put a beating on this thing. Look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Look at the subscribe button for me. Why don't you click that really quickly? Like and share this video and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. Like I said, this is the series finale of Pacific Northwest. There's a brand new episode coming at you next week on Thursdays. I'm not going to spoil it, but you'll see what it is on Thursday. It was the subject of a Twitter survey that we sent out over which piece of equipment maker you would like to see the most of. Your choices were Fendt, John Deere, New Holland, and something else I can't remember, but it didn't win. John Deere was the winner, and it will be showcased in the new series airing Thursday of the next Thursday coming up after this episode is over. You'll see that new series showcasing the John Deere equipment, and only John Deere equipment. If it's not John Deere, we painted it John Deere green. So either way, in the spirit of things, everything is John Deere. All right, so we're on our way over to field number 1. While we're on our way there, check out the featured channeled section of my YouTube channel as well. Check out those 3 very good and amazing up-and-coming YouTubers, Crazy Simulator, Deuce MS, and Mr. Carl Johnson Gaming. While I'm stuck here on the tree, you can run over to their channels really quickly, subscribe to all of their content, like and share their videos, and then click their notification bells as well, because you don't want to miss anything from those three gentlemen there. All right, and lastly but not least, go and follow us on all of our social media platforms. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, and then there's a small PayPal link there if you feel so inclined as to give us a donation to help out the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right, field number 1 is just up here. We are almost there, and then we can start harvesting field number 1 of 24 that are on the upper northwest. So we've got 24 fields to harvest up here with this one harvester. Some are big, some are medium, some are small. None are the size of Montreal. Bad joke. All right, let's get things going here. Now, after we start harvesting, we're obviously not going to make you sit and watch 35 fields being harvested all at the same time. You can see that this is only a 30-minute video. So we'll just cut to the important parts, mainly the grain going into the silo. So we're going to store everything into the silo, and then we're going to do one big massive fire sale at the end of the video, and then we'll see how much money we get. So we're not going to sell any crops until we're completely and 100% done, including the cotton. We're just going to pile it up outside the spinnery, and we'll wait until everything's done before we sell it. All right, this guy is up and on his way harvesting the wheat. All right, let's see. We need tippers now. Everyone needs a tipper, so we've got to get this guy up to field number 1. We've got to get the soybean tipper, and the harvesters for the cotton just empty themselves, so we don't really need to pick up the cotton bales until the harvest is complete. So we can just let those guys go. Although we are going to have to stop and repair about halfway through, because that field is so big that the cotton harvesters can't handle it. Even with 2 harvesters, we've still got to repair them both about midway. I don't know what that sound is. Every time I come through the North Silo parking lot, I hear that crow. That crow crows at me every time I come through. I think maybe it's like a gas station bell. Lets them know that I'm here. Who knows? All right, the wheat tipper is almost in place. And we're going to park it right over here. Not quite right there. I just hit a fence post. Right here looks good. We'll leave him here, and then we'll cycle through our mass inventory of equipment. There's the soybean tipper that we're going to be using. The Lizard Hulk with the orange and the black on the trailer. You can tell the one for the lower Pacific Northwest is orange and black, and the one on the upper is all purple. So that's the only way I can tell them apart, where they're supposed to go and what they're supposed to do. I've color-coded all the equipment. Just makes my life a lot easier. All right, let's get this guy out of the parking lot here and over to the tippers, or over to the harvesters. And then this should be a fun episode. Nothing but harvesting. All right. You can see these harvesters have done quite a number on this field already. It doesn't take them very long. It takes roughly about an hour of real lifetime to harvest this entire field with 2 harvesters, because we've got to stop and empty, stop and empty. All right, these guys are going strong. Let's check on the cotton guys, cotton dudes. There we go. No bale yet, but they'll be coming soon. The ends of the field are kind of small. They're not really that large. All right, let's skip ahead to the first trailer of crops going into the field here, or going into the silo. There's our first load of soybeans, 79,000 liters. Going into the railroad silo on the lower northwest. All right, done. And here is another load of soybeans, another 79,000 liters going into the silo for Team Soybean. They are up and on their way. Team Soybean is rocking it. All right, we had a lot of soybeans so far. All right, let's skip ahead to the upper northwest. How they doing up there? Here is the first trailer of wheat, 79,000 liters of wheat going into the silo in the upper northwest. We are going to transport all of this stuff with the train because that's the only reason we're putting it in the silos instead of the silo on our farm. All right, and back down to the lower northwest. Here is another 79,000 liters of soybeans going into the silo. That's 3 trailer loads of soybeans so far. And we're down to $174,000. So just about $11,000 in worker fees so far. Back up to the upper northwest. Here is the last load of wheat from those 4 fields. 68 or 69,000 liters of soybeans, almost a full trailer load. That is fantastic. I'm hoping to get at least $2 million from the harvest income from this little endeavor of harvesting 35 fields. All right, so we're doing pretty good. Wheat and soybeans are in the silo. Back down to the lower northwest now. Here is the last load of soybeans, 12,000 liters. So we've got 3 full 79,000 liter trucks and then 1 12,000 liter truck of soybeans. And now the soybeans are completed. Zip back on up to the upper northwest. And here is the first 79,000 liter trailer of barley going into the silo. Barley, who's got the barley? I do. That is a lot of barley. All right. And now skip ahead to the upper northwest again. Here's the last of the barley going into the silo. Just a small load, 2,500 liters. And then we'll skip ahead one more time. And here is a load of oats going into the silo. 51,000 liters of oats. I think we may have missed a clip. Oh well, I'm pretty sure there was another full load of oats. Oh wait, no, the oats was those 3 small fields. That's right. That's correct. Here's a full truck of canola going into the north silo. 79,000 liters of canola going in. Down to $152,000 now. We are paying these workers a lot of money. And skip ahead again. Here is the last of the canola, 12,000 liters going into the silo to complete the canola harvest. That only leaves sunflowers and corn, I believe. And I think we're done. So here is a full trailer of sunflowers going into the silo. Perfect full load of sunflowers. And here's the last of the sunflowers going into the silo. You can see now it's 6:15 in the evening. We're down to $144,000. As time goes on, it's costing a whole lot of money to harvest these crops, but we're going to make a whole lot of money. All right, it's nighttime now, and here's the first load of corn, 79,000 liters of corn going into the railroad silo on the upper northwest. Get out of there, corn. All right, done. And last but not least, we have the last of the corn. This is the last of the harvest. You can see that it's 7:52 in the evening. We've been at this for 7 hours it's taken to harvest these crops. And now we're going to sell. It's time to sell all of our spoils of war, ladies and gentlemen, starting with the cotton. We ended up with 52 bales of cotton. 52. That is fantastic. I was only estimating 48 by my count. I was off a little bit, but that's okay. Here's all of our cotton right here, all lined up in pretty little rows. We're going to load it up on the truck. We'll sell it really quickly, and we'll see how much we get here. We're down to $126,000, so it's taken almost $60,000 to harvest all of these crops. But look at that. One load of cotton gives us $96,000. And we've got 52 bales at 5 bales per trailer. So we're looking at 10 loads of cotton with 2 left over. So if you can do that math, folks, that's $960,000 in cotton. If we can maintain 96,000 per load and not hit any trees like you just seen there, we're going to make lots of money. All right, load number 3 going into the cotton factory. All right, here's load number 4. I love these auto-loading trailers. Otherwise, this would take a lot longer than 7 hours. You can see that we actually had to fast forward time until the next day because it was 9 o'clock at night before we finally finished, and you couldn't see anything. So here we go, last 2 bales of this section, and then we'll grab 3 from over here. There we go. Not bad. We're at $510,000. $605,000 now. Let's keep selling this cotton. Cotton is extremely lucrative. If you don't farm cotton, then you need a really big field and 2 harvesters and a trailer and all this stuff. But if you can manage to purchase all of this stuff, cotton is a fantastic moneymaker, especially on this map where it's worth $1,917 per pound of cotton, and each one is 4,000 pounds or 20,000 pounds or 40, I can't remember. They're big cotton bales, and we had 52 of them. All right, so $893,000 so far, and we're not done yet. Still going. Look at 2 more loads, 1 more full load, and then 2 bales left over. There we go. And what do we got here from the cotton? $1,123,000 just for the cotton alone. And then skipping ahead to the, where are we here? The upper northwest. In the railroad silo, we're going to be loading up the wheat here. We're going to load up as many cars as we can with as many crops as we can. We're just going to pull forward a little bit and sell everything at the Timberline flour mill because that's where the prices are the highest at this point in time for every crop that we have, which works out because it's only a few meters down the road. There is 1 full train car of wheat. We've got a little bit more to put in there. There we go. And skip ahead to that last box car. And what are we putting in there? The wheat should be done now, and barley is next. Let's load up a full train car full of barley. All right. Done. 90,000 liters of barley in that 1 train car. That doesn't leave us very much. I think we only had like 91,000 liters of barley, so the next train car full of barley is going to be really, really low. All right, Timberline flour mill is right here. Let's sell off all of these crops. Oh, I did not. Oh, I overshot just a little bit. There you go. Look at that cash roll in. We're almost at $1.2 million. I was estimating $2 million at the beginning of the video, so $2 million from the harvest income. That seems just about right. There's the wheat. The wheat is sold. We'll pull forward just a little bit, sell the barley, And then we'll jump back down to the silo, the northern silo there, and fill up the rest of the grain cars with more crops. All right, so 1.278 million so far from the cotton, wheat, and barley. And we're not even close to being done. Just a little under halfway. Ooh, I'm coming in too hot. I overshot big time. I always do that. I'm not the train guy. Crazy Simulator is the train guy. He could probably do this a lot better than I could. All right, the last of the barley going in the train car. It's a very, very tiny grain car of barley. Oats are next. Let's fill up the car with oats. Oats, oats, oats. Man, this is taking quite a long time, even at 2 times speed. All right, so barley is done, oats are done, and canola is next. And that just leaves sunflowers and corn, and then the mass amount of soybeans we have in the lower Northwest Railroad silo. We'll do those last. All right, canola's full. We've got our grain train ready to go again. Back up to the Timberline flour mill. It's a good thing that we didn't have to go through like 6 different places to sell all these crops. That would just be too time consuming. All right, barley's first. Get out of my train, barley. And then oats are next. Get out of here, oats. 1.3 million. And the oats are done. Some good numbers coming out of the oats and barley and wheat column here. And lastly, the canola. 1.4 million. Wow, so 7 hours of harvesting. So far, we've got $1.4 million. And we were, what, 132,000, 125,000 before we started selling everything? That's not bad. $2 million a harvest. It does cost roughly $150,000 in seed and fertilizer to get that done, by the way. All 35 fields. All right, canola's done and in the first grain car. We're now on to sunflowers in the box car or open box car, whatever that thing is called. The trough car, who knows? It doesn't really matter at this point. It holds our grain, and that's all we care about. I keep hearing the Jeopardy theme song in my head while this is going on. If it wasn't copyrighted, it'd be playing in the background of this video, but damn you, Alex Trebek. All right, onto the corn. Sunflowers are all loaded up. We've got corn going into the last grain car. All right, corn is now done. Back up to the Timberline flour mill we go. And how did we do with the stopping? There we go. Perfect. There was not a lot of barley in there, or canola. All right, sunflowers are going in. And then the corn, and that should put us over 1.6 million. There we go. All right. Now we just have to hike back down, get the rest of the corn, because I think there's a few thousand liters of corn left in there. I think that's the last crop that we have in the northern silo. No, again, too fast. All right, yep. 1,600 liters of corn. Well, we're not going to leave it there. Money's money. Doesn't matter if there was 2 grains of corn in there, we'd sell it. All right, let's see if we can do this rolling. There we go, and we're done. All right, let's hit the gas, and we'll head on down to the southern silo, I guess we can call it. That one was the northern silo. So we'll call it the Southern Railroad Silo of the Lower Northwest. A little bit of train in-cab view for you while we run to the Southern Silo at 2 times speed. Such a lovely scenic map, the Pacific Northwest. I really am going to miss playing this series. It's one of my favorite maps of all time. And not just because you can manipulate it into whatever you want, but it's a fantastic map. Oh, way too fast. All right. And on to the massive soybean harvest. All right, while we're waiting for the soybeans to fill up, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in every week, for viewing the Stranded in Pacific Northwest series. If you remember, we started up with absolutely nothing, doing contract work. We didn't own any equipment or any fields. We did nothing but contract work, and we took out a bunch of bank loans to try and make things work, and our gamble paid off. It did work. We were able to buy our first field and then merge it into the second and the third and the fourth to create the soybean heaven that you see over in the past episodes. And then we used that soybean income to buy field number 1 of the cotton field section, and then like a domino effect, it just took off after there, buying 2-3 fields at a time. And then we used the income from the soybeans and the cotton to finance our operation on the upper Northwest, buying all that equipment and all of those fields in a record-breaking amount of time. I think it was like 4 episodes it took us to buy all 24 fields, which was just fantastic. Soybeans itself were yielding $1.2 million alone, and then with cotton, it was adding just about $600,000 or $700,000 per. Oh wait, no, sorry. The soybeans and the cotton combined were yielding about $1.2 million per harvest. So it didn't take us long to get things going. All right, so soybeans are actually being sold at the Agri Wholesale, which is right here at the top of the hill. So we're not going to truck all the way to the Timberline flour mill. They're being paid for the most right here. So we're going to sell them right here. We're at $1.66 million right now. We need to get to $2 million to hit our goal. So hopefully there's $350,000 in soybeans here. Let's see, 1.76. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close. Ooh, 1.904. 1,904,000. How much is in that last? We need at least $96,000 to hit our $2 million goal. I don't know. It's going to be close. We're not going to do it. We fell short, but that's okay. $1,957,000 in 1 day's harvest, minus what we started out with, folks. That's $1,824,000. A big shout out to Team Soybean here, gathering in the field for a team picture. That's fantastic. And then a big shout out to Team Cotton, posing for another picture over here. That is fantastic. And then our final crew, the Upper Northwest crew, up here in the Upper Northwest. Thank you all again for tuning in. It sure has been a great ride from episode 1 to 27. Have a great day, and for now, this is JCTV saying, see you later.